All right, next step is to post your video to your site. I mentioned this in class. I would love for everyone's video to be hosted in YouTube, but currently with schools, kind of policy and some fears that are had by upper administration, we do not want to post or give access to all of the YouTube unbelievable features that it has. So there's a reason it's the world's largest video repository and growing incredibly every day. And that primary reason is optimization. So as I had mentioned earlier or showed, you can preview your video based on all of the platforms. So whether it's a smartphone, a tablet, or a desktop computer, or even a smart TV in this day and age, the Google site is formatted for it. And it's one thing Google does unbelievably well. And it's free. The other thing is YouTube, which is a Google product, does the same thing for video. So if you're going to watch a video on a very small screen, over a limited internet connection, potentially over a poor cell signal, it's going to be optimized for that given playback experience. So you'd have a smaller resolution video file being played back, so that way it can get through whatever the signal is coming through as, a cell phone signal or a Wi-Fi that you've connected to. Same thing with your tablets. Tablets typically are playing 720 video files. And then when you get to a desktop or a smart TV, you may be playing all the way up to 4K, depending on your internet connection and also the size of the screen you're playing it on or the quality of the screen you're playing it on. And Google is very good at managing that. YouTube, it creates or will write in the background all of these different size video files for you to have a great viewing experience. Now, with all that being said, the school does not support YouTube, and so we're not pushing our content to YouTube. If you have a plan on really using this portfolio in the future, I'd recommend that you create a personal Google account, basically go through the same process, except for instead of sharing your video to Google Drive, which I'm about to show, share it to YouTube, and then share the links from YouTube. Now, I'm on the site that my example site that I started off with. I got to go back to this Insert tab. And I can see here I can insert from my Google Drive. I can also come down here and insert from YouTube, depending on where you posted it. Again, I love YouTube for this purpose, but we're going to use Google Sites because that's what the school's given us the ability to do. So I have my site. I have these places that I can tag into and drop content from in my site, and I want to show you how you go through that process. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my Google Drive. I changed the way in which you can see the items. You can go to your grid view. Sometimes a lot of stuff gets hidden because these tabs or these tiles are so big. I'm going to go back to a list view. And one thing I can see is I've posted an MVI file, .mov file. This is actually a file written directly from a camera. This file, .movs, although they're very common for video, if you try to open it, it's going to tell you to download it. This is not optimized for web playback, for the internet to stream back the video. All right, it's not formatted good for online usage. They'll save the file in your Google Drive, it just won't play, and it won't play on your site either. So that's why I published that to my Google Drive. Now I'm going to minimize this quickly and show you a different video type. So on my desktop, I have a MP4. I don't show you how to create those in. I haven't shown how to create those out of Final Cut Pro. It's not particularly difficult. But instead, I recommend you make the M4v files, which get sent to iTunes. So here's the same clip. If I drag it to the desktop, you can see that this is a M4v file. I'll close my iTunes. And I can drag and drop this as well to my Google Drive. And you can see that they'll take a moment to upload. The MP4 is already done. The M4V will be done in just a few seconds. These are not big video clips that I'm using as samples, but they're both dragged in here. Hopefully I can see them. Why Missing Test 2018 and WSCAM from my iTunes. These are the same file. They're just different file formats. Both of these are optimized for web playback. All right, they're very compressed. They're 1080 video files. They're just there's a lot of data that's been compressed so that way it's optimized for being on the internet and shared through the internet. So if I click on one of these videos now that they're fully uploaded, oops, that one's still being worked on, still being processed. Let me get out of there. So as those get optimized, get uploaded and worked with through your Google Drive, those will be able to be clicked on and played right back. I'm confident of that. So those are in my Google Drive now, and what I can do is go back to my test page, and with my test page, I can load in content. Few things, this is actually a newer feature, is these layout options, and depending on how you want your page to look, you want your video with some text to the right of it, you can drag and drop these options into your page, and it's a nice way to organize your text, like main titles and extra additional text. They become different sizes, and it gives you some really well formatted templates, layouts that you can go through. But if you click the plus button, you can go to your drive, and on the right hand side my drive's being opened up, and I can select my M4v or my MP4 file. So I'm going to select that and then click insert, and what I'm able to do is, and this is still loading a little bit, if this we're given a few minutes, I'm confident this will play through. If this doesn't pop up right away, I'm going to hit refresh real quick and see if that loads the page again. Maybe it works. Nope. All right. So this is how you get your content on, and this is still loading. And I'm currently working all within. My Google Drive is my school authenticated Google Drive. My Google site, again, is in the Google Drive. So they're all working together in the same place. My concern is when you first do this and you publish, so again, you'll have to go through and click publish. This video file is now on the live version. So again, you got to click publish, as I mentioned at the end of the last video. And if I view the published site, this will launch. And currently, it's still loading. That will eventually, load the preview and also be a nice playback window. Any text would also appear if I went through the options to add text. So I'm starting to add my video here now. My concern is that if I were to share this link, it would not share this video because back in my Google Drive, I did not share it or make it public to the rest of the world. So I'm going to show you what I mean by that. If I right click on my link or my file, there's a few quick options, and one is share and the other is get shareable link. Once you have a shareable link created in your Google Drive, that file can be shared via its link, so the web extension, the URL, and you can play it back anywhere. So if I click on Get Shareable Link, it currently says link sharing is off, and if I turn it on, it will tell me the link name, and it will also give me the URL at which it can be found. So anyone at Wyomissing Area School District, that's the current settings we have, we can again dig deeper and change that, or anyone with this link can play it. And so in my test video, now I've changed that link's information, and when I share it to somebody else or you share it to me, your video will play back or should play back. That is not the case if you do not go through and get that shareable link and make it public. Okay, there we go. So there's my video that's come through. I'm going to hit publish again because I changed one of those background settings, and then I'm going to view the published site, and again this plays. This would look this way in this web browser all the time, even if I didn't set up the shareable link, because this web browser is currently all logged in to that appropriate authentication. What I want to do, or what I recommend that you do, is copy your link to your page and go into a different web browser. So I'm currently in Safari. I'm going to open a Google Chrome. This one's actually logged into my personal account, which has the WA logo. And I'm going to open a new tab and paste it and hit enter and see what I can see. Oh no, what did I do? Paste. Oh, I know what's happening. So I would have to go one step further. I'm actually doing this at home right now over break, and as a result, I'm not in the school's URL, so this will not work. If I were to load on, I if I hit refresh when I'm on the school's Wi-Fi, this would load. But this is because I'm outside of the Wyomissing Area School District, and it's no longer wanting to play. But I promise you, if you use the other web browser not logged into Google, it will show you if this link is playable or not. And if I click it, oh man, this looks like some new stuff to me. It looks like they've packaged in some of the YouTube ends of it. So it looks like right now that they've added video quality to Google Drive, which this was not always there. This is very neat for me. So I might actually change some of the opinions I have on YouTube being supreme source. We can host things through our Google Drive, and it looks like we can now play back at all those other video quality options. Now, quick little video clip that I had posted. The larger 1080 files can be played on typical Wi-Fi and on your computer screens, but this would be optimized down to a smaller video quality based on how you're playing it and on what device you're playing it. So it's awesome. It gives you that functionality. This is new. The Google Drive did not always do that for you. Very cool. I'm excited about that. Make sure that you are posting your videos and then also making sure that the published settings are proper before clicking published. All right. Thank you.